Jesus took the 12 aside and said, "Look, we're going up to Jerusalem, and everything written about the human one by the prophets will be accomplished. He'll be handed over to Gentiles. He'll be ridiculed, mistreated, and spit on. After torturing him, they will kill him. On the third day, he'll rise up." But the 12 understood none of these words. The meaning of this message was hidden from them, and they didn't grasp what he was saying. As Jesus came to Jericho, a certain blind man was sitting beside the roadside begging. When he heard the crowd passing by, he asked what was happening. They told him, "Jesus the Nazarene is passing by." The blind man shouted, "Jesus, Son of David, show me mercy." Those leading the procession scolded him, telling him to be quiet. But he shouted even louder, "Son of David, show me mercy." Jesus stopped and called for the man to be brought to him. When he was present, Jesus said to him, "What do you want me to do for you?" He said, "Lord, I want to see." Jesus said to him, "Receive your sight, your faith has healed you." At once he was able to see, and he began to follow Jesus, praising God. When all the people saw this, they praised God too. When all the people saw this, they praised God too. When all the people saw this, they praised God too. Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through town. A man there named Zacchaeus, a ruler among tax collectors, was rich. He was trying to see who Jesus was, but being a short man, he couldn't because of the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed up a sycamore tree so that he could see Jesus, who was about to pass that way. When Jesus came to that spot, he looked up and said, "Zacchaeus, come down at once. I must stay in your home today." So Zacchaeus came down at once, happy to welcome Jesus. When he was present, everyone who saw this, everyone who saw this grumbled, saying, "He's going to be the guest of a sinner." Zacchaeus stopped and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, I give half of my possessions to the poor. And if I've cheated anyone, I repay them 4 times as much." The Lord said to him, "Today, salvation has come to this household, because he too is a son of Abraham. The human one came to seek and to save the lost." After they listened to this, Jesus told them another parable, because he was near Jerusalem, and they thought God's kingdom would appear right away. He said, "A certain man who was born into royalty went to a distant land to receive his kingdom and then return. He called together 10 servants and gave each of them money worth 4 months' wages. He said, 'Do business with this until I return.' His citizens hated him, so they sent a representative after him who said, 'We don't want this man to be our king.' After receiving his kingdom, he called the servants to whom he had given the money to find out how much they had earned. The first servant came forward and said, 'Your money has earned a return of 1,000%. The king replied, "Excellent, you are a good servant. Because you are faithful in a small matter, you'll have authority over 10 cities. Second servant came and said, "Master, your money has made a return of 500%. To this one, the king said, "You'll have authority over 5 cities. Another servant came and said, "Master, here's your money. I wrapped it up in a scarf for safekeeping. I was afraid of you because you are a stern man, withdrawing what you didn't deposit and harvesting what you haven't planted." The king replied, "I will judge you by the words of your own mouth, you worthless servant. You know, did you, that I'm a stern man, withdrawing what I didn't deposit and harvesting what I didn't plant? Why then didn't you put my money in the bank? Then when I arrived, at least I could have gotten it back with interest." He said to his attendants, "Take his money and give it to the one who has 10 times as much." "But Master," they said, "he already has 10 times as much." He said, "I say to you that everyone who has will be given more, but from those who don't have, even what they have will be taken away. As for my enemies who don't want me as their king, bring them here and slaughter them before me." Bring them here and slaughter them before me. Bring them here and slaughter them before me. After Jesus said this, he continued on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. As Jesus approached Bethphage and Bethany on the Mount of Olives, he gave 2 disciples a task. He said, "Go into the village over there. When you enter it, you will find tied up there a colt that no one has ever ridden. Untie it and bring it here. If someone asks, 'Why are you untying it?' just say, 'Its master needs it.'" They brought it to Jesus, threw their clothes on the colt, and lifted Jesus onto it. As Jesus rode along, they spread their clothes on the road. As Jesus approached the road leading down from the Mount of Olives, the whole throng of his disciples began rejoicing. They praised God with a loud voice because of all the mighty things they had seen. They said, because of all the mighty things they had seen, they said, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest heavens." Some of the Pharisees from the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, scold your disciples. Tell them to stop." He answered, "I tell you, if they were silent, the stones would shout." As Jesus approached the city and observed it, he wept over it. He said, "If only you knew, on this of all days, the things that lead to peace, but now they are hidden from your eyes. The time will come when your enemies will build fortifications around you, encircle you, and attack you from all sides. They will crush you completely, you and the people within you. They won't leave one stone on top of another within you, because you didn't recognize the time of your gracious visit from God." Because you didn't recognize the time of your gracious visit from God. Because you didn't recognize the time of your gracious visit from God. Jesus was teaching daily in the temple. The chief priests, when Jesus entered the temple, he threw out those who were selling things there. He said to them, It's written, my house will be a house of prayer, but you have made it a hideout for crooks." Jesus was teaching daily in the temple. The chief priests, legal experts, and the foremost leaders among the people were seeking to kill him. However, they couldn't find a way to do it because all the people were enthralled with what they heard.